Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Radiate Health and Wellness Podcast. Have you been feeling stuck, stiff, or just plain uninspired to move your body? Stop what you are doing and tune in because today we're going to shift the way you think about exercise, maybe forever. So, if you're tired of punishing workouts, rigid routines, or feeling like movement is something you have to do instead of something you get to do, this episode is for you. We are flipping the script on fitness and diving into movements that supports your body, mind, and spirit, especially during life's harder seasons. So whether you're bouncing back from pain or just trying to get back on track this summer, let's rediscover the joy in movement together. And hey, before we dive in, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here, for listening, for liking, for sharing these episodes with others. Your support is just the heartbeat of the show. It's what makes doing this podcast worth it. Now, let's dive into something that can truly change the way you move through life. Aloha! Welcome to the Radiate Health and Wellness Podcast, where we explore the vibrant world of health and well-being. I'm your host, Christine D. Ross, a board-certified health and wellness coach specializing in behavior change and nutrition, and author of Discover the Adventure of You and Health Beings. Join me as we uncover inspiring stories, practical tips, and transformative insights to assist you on your journey to radiate health and wellness. It's been quite a ride lately. I've been navigating the waves of life moving through the heaviness and still showing up for my health in the best way that I can. And the only way I've been able to do that is by staying anchored in the Beams method. So this framework that I created, not just for others, but for myself. And I'll be honest, I didn't just write this book, I live it. These aren't ideas I preach from a distance. They're real principles I return to, especially when life feels like it's falling apart. So they've grounded me, guided me, and helped me heal from the inside out. So this method works. That's why I'm sharing it with you, because it brings me so much joy and freedom, and I believe it can do the same for you. So this week, we're diving into the second pillar, E. So E is for enjoyable exercise, and what it really means to move in ways that nourish, uplift, and support us, even when life feels heavy. So your body is like a vehicle meant to move. In my book, Health Beams, I describe physical activity as the key driver that propels your body forward on the journey of life. So imagine your body like just a well-maintained car. It doesn't just sit in the garage. You've got to take it out for a drive. Keep it moving. Keep it running smoothly. So just like a car's engine needs to rev and its components need to move to stay in optimal condition, your body thrives when engaged in just regular, enjoyable movement. You see, when we stay sedentary for too long, just like staying at our desks, watching TV on the couch, just sitting still, it's like leaving the car idle. Things stiffen and, batteries die, performance weakens. Our body responds the same way with reduced energy, just joint pain, poor circulation, and a higher risk of diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and a lot of heart conditions. But when we move, when we dance, walk, stretch, climb, swim, we reawaken that engine. We become more alive, and not just physically. Movement can awaken your mind, elevate your mood, and help you emotionally process what life brings. But here's the thing. Sometimes movement isn't always enjoyable, at least not at first, right? So let's just get real. That's okay. So what matters is the intention behind it. So whether it's to heal, to strengthen, to feel more like yourself again, Lately, I've been navigating something that has kind of forced me to slow down and reevaluate how I move. So, I've been having a lot of nerve issues just going down my spine, my leg. So, I've got a pinched L4, L5 nerve root in my back, and it's made certain exercises, the ones I used to love, painful. So, yoga, for example, has always brought me joy. But now there are poses that I find myself gritting my teeth through, just trying to get them done. And so I had to stop and ask myself, is this helping or am I doing more harm than good? So I've swapped my yoga mat for a TheraBand. I've been doing physical therapy exercises like monster walks across the house. And let's just say they are not my favorite activity. These aren't the kind of movements that spark joy, but I see that they're necessary. So they're what my body needs right now. But still, I got to shift my mindset. So I asked myself, how can I make these monster walks more enjoyable? For me, it meant stepping outside, just breathing in the fresh air, turning on some music, turning something clinical into something human, just something healing. And another thing I've noticed as I get older, muscle loss is real. If I want to keep moving freely in ways that I love, I've got to use what I have. So even though lifting weights isn't exactly my favorite, I found ways to make it more enjoyable. So I use lighter weights, go at my pace, and pair it with a playlist that lifts my mood. It's not about doing what I used to do. It's just about meeting myself, meeting my body where it is, and moving from a place of care. Because here's the truth, the more we move, the more we get to keep moving. Movement matters even more when life feels heavy. As I shared in an earlier episode, when I was helping care for my mom during her final weeks, I prioritized 30 to 40 minutes every morning. Now, it wasn't easy to get out of bed early in the morning, especially when it was cold, and carve out time, but it was necessary. Necessary for my sanity, my patience, and my spirit. That daily ritual is what helped me feel grounded in the middle of the storm. And when I could escape for just a half hour in the middle of the day, I laced up my walking shoes and headed out into that cold, frosty air, just chasing the sunlight and solitude. Those walks weren't about burning calories, they were about breathing, about reconnecting with myself through nature, even for just a few quiet minutes. Those moments reminded me that movement isn't always about burning calories or chasing fitness goals. It's about returning to ourselves, about finding clarity in the chaos, grounding in the grief, or just catching our breath in a world that doesn't slow down. So here's an idea. How about if we exercise like it's 1899? So maybe that's something our ancestors knew instinctively. Before the step trackers and gym memberships, they didn't move to get fit. They moved to live. Before there were gyms, Fitbits, and spinning classes, people just moved. They farmed, danced, chopped wood, scrubbed floors, tended gardens, played with their kids. Movement was woven into life. It wasn't a separate box to check, it just was. So we can learn a lot from that simplicity. Instead of forcing ourselves into rigid routines, we can start by finding ways to move naturally, playfully, and purposefully. So, how do you bring more movement into your life without it feeling like a chore? So, here are a few playful and practical ways. So, start in the garden. Digging, weeding, and harvesting aren't just good for your plants, they're great for your body. You're bending, lifting, stretching, engaging your muscles, and connecting with the earth. And the reward? Well, a garden full of nourishment and color, and, well, a body that feels alive. So also let chores become movement. Vacuuming, sweeping, scrubbing. They all raise your heart rate and work your muscles. It's functional fitness with a bonus. A clean and cozy space that reflects the care you're putting into your home and yourself. So choose active hobbies that bring you joy. You love the ocean? Swim in it. Love the forest? Hike through it. Love music? Dance in your kitchen. Movement doesn't need a timer or a rep count. It just gets to feel good. Try a walking meeting. So instead of sitting across a desk, take your next call outside, walk and talk. It's amazing how creativity and clarity increase when your feet are moving and your lungs are just full of fresh air. And take the stairs when you can. So this may seem small, but choosing the stairs adds up over time. Every step strengthens your legs and lungs and, well, your confidence too. I make it playful. Throw a frisbee, play catch, try a round of badminton in the yard. Movement can be fun and social. And laugh. That's part of the workout. So let's reframe exercise. Let's strip away the guilt, the shoulds, the "I'll start on Monday" mindset. And let's replace it with curiosity, joy, and play. What movement feels good to you right now? Maybe it's yoga with modifications. Maybe it's 10 minutes of dancing in your pajamas. Maybe it's gentle stretching while your coffee brews. It all counts. Your body was designed to move. And movement, especially when it's something you enjoy, will keep your engine running strong, your mind's feeling clear, and your heart connected to the life you're creating. So change the way you think about exercise. Instead of have to work out, how about trying, I get to move today? I want to feel more alive in my body. What sounds fun to my body right now? Maybe that's a walk under the stars. Maybe it's barefoot dancing to your favorite song. Maybe it's stretching in the morning sun. Your body doesn't need punishment. It deserves pleasure, flow, movement, and freedom. So take a few moments this week and consider, what movement makes you feel most alive? Or you can replace rigidity with rhythm. How can you bring more joy into the way you move? Your body was designed to move, and movement, especially when it's something you enjoy, will keep your engine running strong, your mind's feeling clear, and your heart connected to the life you're creating. So in my book, Health Beams, I dive deeper into this principle, showing how movement doesn't have to be structured or hard to be powerful. When you enjoy what you're doing, it becomes part of who you are, not just a task on your list. So you can grab my book, Health Beams, on Amazon or my website, radiatehealthandwellness.com. And if you want support finding movement that fits your body, your life, and your joy, I would love to assist you. You can schedule a free coaching consultation with me on my website. Again, that's radiatehealthandwellness.com. So coming up next week, we'll move into the A in Beams, Aloha Friends, and how the people we surround ourselves with impact not only our health, but our sense of purpose and peace. So until then, move your body in ways that feel great. Listen to what brings you joy and continue radiating health and wellness in all that you do.